everyone. Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker training. I am Richard Carlton, creator of fmtraining.tv, where every day we are having great fun building great FileMaker solutions and sharing with you and learning from you and bringing the community together here, at least parts of it together. Let's talk about the upcoming broadcast schedule. If you go to fmtraining.tv, you're going to see the website right here, the live training button on the left side. You can check out the upcoming broadcast schedule. Today is kind of an open Q&A. What we have is a bunch of questions that popped up in FM Forums. FM Forums is an online kind of hangout for people who do FileMaker. And so you can ask questions there about the various things. And that's kind of where today is going. So what we're going to do is a reminder, if you want to support the channel, we have a bundles button right here. These are the training bundles. Buy one of these to support the channel. We greatly appreciate it. So we have some questions that were thrown up on FM Forums. And so Margaret's kind of consolidates together. I don't know how far we get through these, but the questions were really good. It's a reminder of some things that, we know about FileMaker. We've kind of forgotten about FileMaker. Next question, Margaret, do you want to ask the question?
I just remember it relating to containers and scroll bars.
Container field has a scroll bar, but users are, oh, okay. This is an easy one, okay? So the basic of what's happening here, when you're in a FileMaker solution, okay, and I'm just gonna, I'm just telling you, I'm gonna give you the facts, I'm gonna give you my opinion, then you can do what you want. So remember, when it comes to putting a container, if I define a container, doesn't matter what's internally stored or externally stored, really it should be external storage. There's some bugs with containers right now. I got to write these up to Claris. There's some performance issues with it that need to be resolved, but there's container right here. I'm going to define it. It's called container. It is a container. Maybe I'll just call it photo. So we're not mistaking what that is. I want to create it. Create. And it's in my little file here, my sample file. Okay, so then it should put it at the bottom of the layout. There it is. Okay, I'm going to move this up to the top. There we go. All right, so now I need we're going to talk about this real quick. So here is the deal with this. I need okay, if I go to browse mode and I drag and drop an image on here, FileMaker generally will make a thumbnail if it can and show it to you. So that's a smaller version of what is in here. I need a PDF, Margaret.
That's
so this is a PDF of it. So if I double click this,
that's a PDF.
You get this PDF, right? And you can see thumbnails, and these are the pages and stuff, kind of normal cookie cutter stuff. So I'm going to drag the PDF in here, okay? And here you see a thumbnail of the first page. And then you could put a button down there that says open it for me, delete it for me, that kind of thing. The idea right now, if I want to open it, I have to say right click it with my mouse, say export, and then say automatically open it, save it to the desktop, and then I said save. It saves it to the desktop, and then it pops it open in a local application. It works on Windows, it works on Mac just fine. So here's the problem. Someone at Claris thought this would be a really great idea, and it was until the reality of what they did came out. If you click right here, you can come down here and change the layout mode, right pane, so it's the right pane, left pane, data panel, the right panel of the right pane. You scroll to the bottom, and you have this option for how the container is going to be viewed. It's either it says optimize for images or optimize for interactive content. Don't use this right here, okay? And I'm gonna make the case for the prosecution here momentarily, but I'm gonna show you what it does. It's kind of neat. This is not a video, okay? I'm not going to have it automatically start playing or anything like that. It's just a PDF. If I go browse mode, I come over here. See, it loads it in here, and you can do all sorts of, and highlight and do stuff. And everyone's like, "This is so amazing. This is so wild." Okay, here's the deal with this. Okay, this box right here. Okay, I'm going to put both these up on screen at the same time. This is really an important lesson to learn. And I thought it was just me being kind of grumpy, right? People like, Richard, you're old and grumpy, right? And I'm like, fine, whatever. So I'm going to do the top one is going to be set for images, okay? The bottom one's interactive. So really the top one is non-interactive, should be thought of as non-interactive. This is interactive. Interactive means you click and mouse and play with it, right? This is just non-interactive, which means it's just there to store it and to give you quick access if you need to reference it. So here is what it looks like. All you get's the first page. You can't do much with it, but if you want to export it, you export it, and then it opens up in preview, and then you can manage and do all your stuff here. Fine. Oh, I want it inside FileMaker. What happens with this specific feature is that this window right here, this whole section right where my mouse is at, is driven and controlled by the engineers at Claris, which means if you don't like something, you can call Claris. and they can log your bug report. And if you scream loud enough, they will fix it. Or if enough people scream loud enough, they will fix it. Okay, cool, right? That's the way the world should work. This one right here is run by the operating system. And which means if you're on Windows, this box is controlled by Microsoft, not Claris. And these things over here can and will frequently break. It will break in ways that you don't know. It doesn't display right. It doesn't behave right. It doesn't allow you to scroll up and down. You can't interact with it. Whatever the issue is. The problem is that no one's accountable and you can't get it fixed. So you start using this. It's really great. Oh, this is so awesome. This is amazing. FileMaker is so smart. Those people are brilliant. And then one day there's an operating system update or a patch or a bug fix. They fix some bugs, some sort of zero-day vulnerability on Mac or Windows, and it quits working. This one still works because it doesn't do anything fancy. And if it does break, Claris can fix it. This one is up to Microsoft to fix it. Do you think Microsoft cares about Claris FileMaker? No. The rub is this is a web browser. This is a web browser. This is not a web browser. So this is JavaScript in a web browser run by an operating system. Okay. So I told everyone in my company not to use it. Of course, promptly what happens, Nick uses it. And it's all great. And then 6 or 8 months later, one of his big customers, so I'm not going to say their name, it becomes so unstable that it actually crashes WebDirect and the FileMaker server. So then it's a panic because, the project's going to go bad. The customer has a lot of money in this. It's all ugly. When I told Nick, don't do it this way, because everything you need to do in here, you can do. If you give it one extra button click, it'll pop out. It's super reliable. And if preview doesn't work for you, you know who to blame. That's Apple. If the Adobe Acrobat doesn't work on Windows or whatever you're using on Windows, you know who to blame and you can deal with that. But over here, we're going to catch you, all of you on the show, are going to catch heat if you use this, if it goes sideways, because they're going to call you to complain. So I had 2 engineers, Jonathan and Nick, who both said it was such an amazing feature, they would take the risk. They both got burned. Now they believe what I say. A lot of times I will give all of you a steer, not because I'm anti something. If I can build it and support it and it doesn't result in people calling me mad at me, I'm all for it. But if you build a product that's kind of sketchy or held together with duct tape and baling wire, as we say, for those of you know what baling wire is, it's farm stuff, then you don't want to use it in a solution where you're going to be responsible to someone, okay? Or you want the customer to have a good experience. So this is duct tape and baling wire. Claris knows this. And of course, they introduced it in the product. They want to break backward compatibility. There are people who use this, and maybe this will be stable and happy for a period of time, but really, unfortunately, they don't control it. It's up to the operating system people. And someday when Microsoft kills Edge and they have new web browser technology called Oblivion or something, and they get rid of Edge because Edge is too old, will this still work? Or will it be broke? And how long will it be broke? Who knows? So that's that question. So the person over here was complaining that their interactivity wouldn't work correctly. Okay, it didn't work. It worked on one field, on one spot, but then the other ones, it wouldn't work, and it wouldn't work on this other layout. And if you tell me interactivity is not working the way you think it is, I'm just going to hang up the phone because there's nothing we can do about it. You need to, this person put the question into FM forums. The question needed to go to Microsoft, I believe at the time. Okay. Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!